Hello everyone, Amanda here from scrimpingmummy.co.uk. I'm just coming today to share with you the best way to cut up this beautiful laser cut DSP. It's absolutely stunning. It's new in the spring summer catalogue, and this one is this delightful pink colour, and on the back it is white. Now I've had customers and team members alike buy this beautiful paper and then say, I don't know how to cut it up, or I don't know really how to handle it. So this one has got different designs in. We've got this one with the panels, and then we've got the one with the flourishes. I do suggest keeping them separate with the tissue, because then that stops the sheets becoming tangled with each other. Handle it with care to start with. And as for this piece here, I would literally cut that as I want it. I would be cutting parts out and using it individually, and I would be snipping that with my snips and just using flourishes and dotting them about here and there as embellishments for cards and things like that. And for gluing it down, I would just simply get some glue on a glass mat, or however you do it, and I would dab it with a brush, and I would do it with a sponge, I beg your pardon, and that is how I would add glue. Unless you're extremely careful, you could also use a glue pen, or you could put very tiny dots of glue all around. It's really quite simple to use if you're using it as a layer between other elements as well. You don't even need that much adhesive. But today I'm going to show you how to cut up one of the panel sheets. So let me just get one out. And first of all, I want to say, make sure you use a good quality trimmer. Our Stampin' Up! Trimmer is one of the best on the market. I love it. Before you start, make sure that your track is absolutely spotlessly clean. No bits of, card fudding inside there, or fluff or anything like that. Make sure it's nice and clean. I would also suggest making sure you've got a fresh blade. Okay, it does need to be, it is quite delicate, and because the increments there on the border are quite small, you need to cut very carefully, and you need very sharp. Now if you're good at cutting in a straight line, use your scissors, but not all of us can. I certainly can't. And so this is how I cut mine. So first of all, I trimmed. Which part did I trim first? I'm trying to remember which bit I did first. The first part I did was to trim this section here away. If I just show you. I mean, there'll be more than one way to do it. I'm getting tangled. Just got to be careful, because it is so delicate. I'm going to cut this long section here away, okay? And what you want to do is you want to get it on your trimmer, and then this band here, because this is going to be just one cut top to bottom, totally simple. So what you want to do is you want to line that, and on your trimmer here in the track, you've got lines either side, and look for to get this very central. And the best way to do it is where this bit comes out, you've got this track either side, and each one has a line, and get this in the centre of that track. Okay, and make sure you're using the little butt bars there and here, and you've got that arm perfectly out straight, and you want to be cutting it just before the 10-inch mark, so it's like the 1/16 of an inch. So it's probably 9 15/16 of an inch if you want to be absolutely precise. But I'm still going to just double check anyway by eye that I've got it in the centre of that track there, and that the paper's straight. I'm double checking all the way around. And then do start with your cutter to the top, okay? Make sure it's all down nicely, and then hold your trimmer bar. Okay, and hold it firmly, because that will help you hold that paper firm. And then gently, slowly yet firmly, trim top to bottom. Okay, and then that will have trimmed that piece off for you perfectly, and you'll have a reasonably even increment either side. So then you can set that piece to one side, and we're going to concentrate on removing this other long section here. So we're going to turn it, and we're going to do the same again. We're looking to centralise it on the trimmer, on the cutting track there. Okay, if we get it all lined up nicely, and if you want to measure, I would say it's approximately 10.5 inches you want this edge up to. However, just do double check. Not all sheets are exactly the same size, so do double check that you're in the centre there of that cutting track and that it's lined up the same top to bottom. Again, make sure you've got it all nice and flat and gentle, and that none of the laser cut elements are sticking up. And then put your track down, put your cutter up to the top, put your track down. Again, use your bar here, press down. It will keep that paper flat, and gently but firmly cut. Okay, and that releases the second part of your lovely paper, and these are gorgeous. And then you can snip those when you want them as borders. Okay, so now we're going to do the panels, and we've got 6 panels here, so we want to cut them nicely so that we can use them all. So we're doing the same again, and it's roughly 3.5 inches you want to be measuring. Okay, because I've cut a few of these, so I'm kind of getting, you kind of get used to whereabouts to cut. Again, trimmer to the top. If you feel like it's going to pull or drag, just stop what you're doing. You don't want to tear that beautiful paper. Right, so again, firmly but gently and softly but quickly cut top to bottom. Okay, and the next one. Okay, just being careful all of the time, because those laser cut elements do catch very, very easily on the edges of your trim. I'll just pull it to that side. Okay, it is such beautiful paper, but just remember, it is only paper. You know, it's not a baby, it's not diamonds, it's not your favourite pet, it's just paper. So do not be scared to cut it, because what a shame if you was to think, oh, it's too beautiful, I don't use it. Well, you know, you need to use it, because it's going to look so beautiful on your project. Right, so now each part needs cutting there in the centre. So again, we're lining that up in the centre of our track, and it roughly measures, you want to be roughly at the 5-inch mark. I've cut a few of these up, and you know, you want your DSP to be on that side of the 5-inch line, as it were, rather than right on it. And again, cut top to bottom. And then you'll see that if you do that and you stick to that method, you're getting a nice increment all the way around. You want that increment because you need somewhere to put your glue to layer that on your cards. So we're going to do this one again. So again, we know it's roughly the 5-inch mark, so we're going to 5 inches, but we're just double checking at the same time that that makes this part be in the centre. And on this one, I'm just going to move it slightly. Okay, and there we go, that's cut those nicely. And then we've just got the last one. This is very basic for some people, but if you're new to crafting, or you know, you could feel overwhelmed and think, I'll give that paper a miss because I won't know what to do with it, it really is super simple. I'm going to hold that there now so that it doesn't move, and trim. And how easy was that? We didn't have that many cuts, and now these are all ready to just dab glue on the back and attach them to your project. Plus we've got these as well. So don't be afraid to use this beautiful paper, don't be afraid to cut it up. It is a lot easier than you think. And how stunning is that going to look? Let me just hold that against some white card. How stunning is that going to look on your card bases, or on your boxes, or your bags, or whatever project you want to use? Get it cut up, don't be afraid to use it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.